Well, hi there, food friends. It's Kevin.
Hey there, I'm Ralph. I'm behind the camera.
And welcome to Cavalcade of Food. And we are in a friend's kitchen once again. And everybody say hi to Hans, food friends.
After nearly 10 years.
Yes, it's been a while.
Hi,
and
Hans.
This is actually a different kitchen. Hans has a wonderful new home. Well, it's not a new home, but it's
74 years old.
74 years old.
New to him.
New to him, absolutely. And we came down for a visit, and we have been having fun talking about our appliance collection and cooking and food, and because that's what we like to talk about, right, Ralph?
That's right. It's all
And
about the
eating.
food.
And eating. And Hans is fixing quite a feast for us later today. And we're going to be joined by some other wonderful friends at the table, because that's the best way to eat, Hans, is
Exactly.
to celebrate with friends.
And we don't get to do it often enough. It's a 12-hour
Amen.
drive.
That's
between
right,
us, so.
exactly. So we really like to celebrate when we come down here. So one of the things that Hans is making, let's just go over the menu so our friends know
Okay.
what we're in for.
Okay. I've got turkey, a turkey breast,
Uh,
a ham that I'm going to cover with pineapple and cherries and cloves and make a ginger ale glaze for. I'm going to have the congealed salads will be cranberry salad, lime salad, and a Moravian coleslaw. And then I'm going to make dressing. I'm going to have gravy, of course. Everybody got to have gravy in the salad.
Oh, yes,
I'm going
you
to have
do.
green beans and my mashed potatoes that I mash with cream cheese and butter and sour cream and chives, which one of our friends loves. Remain nameless. I'm going to have a sweet potato casserole. I'm going to have a pineapple casserole. And I probably will fix a couple more things. I think I'm going to fix some cinnamon apples with red hot candies in them where they turn red.
yeah. Oh.
And I'm going to make yeast rolls. So that's what we're having.
Wow.
And I've got 2 pies already made.
All right, Hans is making a sweet potato casserole now. 3 cups, sweet potatoes. Now, how'd you cook these sweet
I
potatoes
peeled
down?
these and cut them up in chunks, and I cooked them in the pressure cooker for 10 minutes.
Okay.
Till they were real tender. I got a little bit left, so I'll put that in the freezer. That'll be fine. Now, let's see my recipe here. Got 1 cup of sugar.
So this is another dish that we're going to be having. I like your sugar canister there.
Oh, I got a whole set of those and a whole set of the ones with the plain lid. Those are the Mira canisters from the 50s.
So
I got the
sugar bowl on it.
Mm-hmm.
So that was how many cups of
3
sugar?
cups of mashed sweet potatoes, 1 cup of sugar, 2 eggs,
So you could also roast those sweet potatoes in the oven if you wanted to, right, Hans?
Oh, sure. Oh, sure. Sure you can. Okay.
2 eggs.
Okay. Now, wipe my hands. What else? I need some vanilla.
Teaspoon of vanilla and a
Teaspoon.
teaspoon of cinnamon.
Teaspoon.
You measure like I do.
Exactly. Exactly. I don't fool with it much.
Then it looks like it calls for a little milk.
Yeah. Teaspoon.
Good teaspoon. Okay.
And it's a 1/3 cup of milk, I think. 1/3 cup. Yeah. Carnation.
1/3 cup of evaporated milk.
Yeah. Okay, let me get right there. And
Yeah, let me get out of your way.
get my.
And this is another thing that you can make in advance, can't you?
Yeah, most of this stuff. I'm trying to get this done, and then I'm going to start on some other things. I'm going to make some yeast rolls, and that's going to.
That takes a little bit more time.
It's going to take me some time to do. Let's see here. Okay. It's even got a timer on it.
Oh, that's
There's
nice.
a timer. You can set like 2 minutes for a cake mix.
Yeah. Didn't some? I know some of the vintage mixers had little timers too. I mean, bell timers that would ring. They were built in. Hamilton Beach used to have one.
Yeah, on the stand mixer.
Yeah,
they
the
sure
stand
did.
mixer. Yeah.
That's that.
Okay.
Now we have to make the topping for it.
Okay, so that's going in an 8x8 that you sprayed with nonstick spray.
Sprayed it, and then I'm gonna make up a topping for it. That is flour and butter and sugar and brown sugar, cinnamon.
And then how does that get baked off?
You bake this for 25, 30 minutes, and it will set up just like a pie because it's got the eggs in it.
Yep.
How to get this to cut in good.
So you got your butter, your pecans,
butter, pecans, flour,
brown
and
sugar.
brown sugar, and that's it.
And then you cut it just like you would a pastry dough.
Till it's crumbly, yeah. And you may get it crumbly and you may not. It just depends on how the butter is. They really recommend you doing it with cold butter, but it's so hard to work with.
Yeah.
Of course, I don't do things like everybody says I should. You know,
we wouldn't expect anything else.
You know, I'm gonna do it backwards more than likely. So,
and then you just lay that on top.
just crumble it on top. And it makes a crust, a crunchy topping. Now, my mother and daddy's best friends, Frances Culberth, Pete Culberth, and Joe, she made sweet potato casserole. It was so wonderful. And she put pineapple and raisins in hers, brown sugar and white sugar, and she put marshmallows on top of it. Gosh, it was so good. Anything she made
That's
was good.
almost a dessert.
But I told her, I said, I want to know how to make that. Well, you put a little bit of this, and you put just a handful of that, and you pour something. That was how she made it.
Yeah.
So nobody could ever figure out how she did things.
A lot of people there were no recipes. Nothing was written down. They just knew by look or feel.
And you see, that's just kind of crumbly.
Yep.
And that's what you want. That's all it is right there. That's about as far as I go with it.
And just lay that over.
It's ready.
Beautiful. And again, you could do this ahead of time, right?
Mhm.
Just get it to
go
this far.
My goal is to have this kitchen cleaned up and everything put away. And when I take everything out of the oven, then I'll be done with it. I'm going to do the ham here in just a minute.
Okay. This, Ralph, did you get some of this, Ralph, the sweet potato casserole?
I did. I loved all of the casseroles, all of the main dishes, all the salads.
So this is the
Dressing.
one where Hans made it up, and it had the sweet potatoes that he cooked in a pressure cooker. Oh,
And the brown sugar and the nuts. It was
this
so
topping
tasty.
with the pecans and the butter, and what else was on this topping?
It's brown sugar, flour, stick of butter, pecans, and cinnamon.
And those sweet potatoes are so good. They're so silky, just delicious.
It really does make a difference to cook them and not use the canned ones.
Yeah.
The canned ones are fine, and I have made it with the canned ones, but they're not as good. These are lighter, and it's just better.
So for an 8x8 dish like this, how many sweet potatoes did you use?
3 cups. There was about 4 great big ones, and I've got
Okay.
about a cup left.
Okay.
But it's like you said, Kevin, the textures of each of the different casseroles and the different dishes really adds to the fun of it, because there was also that cranberry casserole, or cranberry jello
Yeah,
Yeah.
salad.
salad. That
Cranberry salad.
that-
That
was different,
we could do another episode just on that.
and we will.
And it is a little different.
It is very different and
And it's
delicious.
nothing more than how you make it, because it's made with a food chopper, like an old-timey crank meat grinder, instead of chopping it in a food processor.
Yeah, and you
It
can
makes
tell
a
the
difference in it.
texture.
The texture's different.
And what I liked about that was it was not super sweet, and it was not a nice balance, because the sweet potato casserole has some sweetness to it. The pineapple casserole has some sweetness, but it was a nice thing to balance out all the sweet stuff.
Yeah, and of course the pineapple casserole went so well with the ham because of the pineapple. And yeah, everything just complemented each other really well. So this was a real treat, a real southern
speaking
paradise.
of sweet stuff, we want to thank our host Hans
You are welcome.
for having us here while we're in North Carolina, and this was just an absolute treat in so many ways, Hans. So
Well,
thank you
it's
so
been
much.
nearly 10 years since the last
I
time you
know.
were here, so
10 years too long.
yeah.
Yeah. So thank you very much. It was delicious, and I feel like we had Thanksgiving early already.
That's what it was meant
Yeah,
to be.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
it does feel like that. Thank you, Hans.
So thank you, Hans. We'll say thanks to our food friends. Remember, the website is cavalcadefood.com. We say thank you to Ralph for working the camera today.
My pleasure.
And everyone, take care. We hope everyone has a beautiful holiday season. And from North Carolina, take care, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye for now.
See y'all.